Google just dropped Nano Banana 2 Lite. And if you're using AI images for anything, product ads, mood boards, previs, or even films, the math you've been doing is out of date. Because it's literally 3 cents per image, takes about 4 seconds to generate an image, and has the same quality that Nano Banana Pro images have. That changes how you work. Because if image generations is that cheap and that fast, you don't budget your generations anymore. We're going to walk through what this model actually is, how it compares to the other image models out there, and who it's built for. Stick around till the end because that's where I unlock how you use this model at scale. Nano Banana 2 Lite is Google DeepMind's fastest and cheapest image generation model out there. It does text to image edits, and multi-image compositions and is now live on Invideo Agent 1. It takes about 4 seconds to generate, which is 2.5 times faster than Nano Banana 2. And it also costs only about 3 cents per image, which is half the cost of Nano Banana 2 and 1/4 the cost of Nano Banana Pro. You still get everything that Google's image models are known for. Character consistency across shots, legible text inside images, multi-language text, and real-world accuracy. According to Google's own benchmarks, Nano Banana Lite outweighs Nano Banana Pro on the text-to-image quality. You can take that with a pinch of salt, but basically the point is that the cheapest model is no longer the worst model. One thing to know upfront though is that Lite generates at 1K image resolution. That's a deliberate design choice, and we'll come back on what it means for how you use the model. At 3 cents an image, 1,000 images cost you only $30. That's 4 times cheaper than what Nano Banana Pro would cost you for that exact volume. And I'll tell you why that matters. If you're a filmmaker, iterating on 20 mood boards earlier used to be a budget conversation. Now it's practically free. If you run an agency, drafts for internal review also practically just became free. And if you run a D2C brand or you're running D2C ads, testing 50 different concepts probably costs less than a coffee. And that's the change. It's not a better image. It's 1,000 fast and cheap attempts to find the right idea, which, if your job is output, is the game changer. Now coming to the speed of the output. Nano Banana Lite is your model to go to if you're doing large volumes of work. I need 100 different options for this sci-fi world I'm building for my film. Nano Banana Lite is the model for that. It's possibly the best image tool out there before you actually get into production. Because waiting 4 seconds for an image to generate means you're practically wasting no time on generations. So if you're doing large volumes of work that require you to work with multiple different options at the pre-production stage, not the final output stage, Nano Banana Lite is a great model for that. Now let me be honest about who this benefits the most. Anyone that is doing pre-production work. If you run ads for a D2C brand, you know that the platform rewards testing more variants quickly. So instead of now testing 5, because Nano Lite is so cheap and so fast, you can now test 50, find a winner, and effectively reduce CAC. If you're building things on the e-commerce side, things like product mockups, offer graphics, all just became very easy with Nano Lite. If you're an agency working with a brand or a client, all of your mockups and narratives are now practically free, and only the ones that are chosen get escalated to Nano Banana Pro. And if you're an AI filmmaker or a director, you now get multiple more options because of how cheap and fast Nano Lite is on things like mood boards, previs, short references, and so on. So the real question is how you actually put this to work. Because when you're running 20 variations of a concept, you're not actually worried that the model is going to be a bottleneck. You're worried that you'll lose track of what you told the model, say 3 images before. And that's where Invideo's Agent 1 comes in. You tell Agent 1 what you want once. It saves things like your character sheet, your brand context, your creative direction, all in its memory, and pulls from it for every generation. You don't need to constantly rebrief Agent 1 or keep giving it context for the shot you're creating. And because Nano Lite is 3 cents per image and takes about 4 seconds to generate, the agent can be ambitious for you. Generate 10 options instead of 1. Test 2 different variations of the same concept instead of 1. And then the agent routes the harder shots or your final shots to Nano Banana Pro for that high quality image generation. And all of this is running and being executed underneath while you are focusing on the creative direction. Nano Banana 2 Lite is available on Agent 1, along with all of the frontier image and video models. Try it on your hardest creative brief and let us know what you think. Link is in the description.